Hello world, it's Birdo Prey 5 Qapla. This is a proposal to Paramount Plus / CBS and or Secret Hideout on a new idea for Star Trek, for a series to replace Star Trek Discovery, to build upon the hard work put in by Alex Kurtzman and the rest of the team in launching the newest generation of Star Trek. First, I ask you not to judge me by what you see with your eyes, as your eyes deceive you. Although I appear to be a straight white man, please note I identify as a woman, lesbian, 18-year-old, undocumented Mexican dreamer named Maria. My pronouns are ella and also ella, or maybe Sue, whichever means her in Spanish, because Google didn't have a great answer. Anyway, with that out of the way, I want to introduce Star Trek Project Venus, or in my native Espanol, Star Trek Proyecto Venus. Project Venus refers to a new approach from Starfleet after the distant future we see in Star Trek Discovery. Using new technology created over the final season of Discovery by such pioneers like Michael Burnham, Jet Reno, and Ensign First Officer Tilly, Starfleet creates a new class of ship for intergalactic travel. Named after Amelia Earhart, the famed female pilot abducted by aliens in 1937 and rescued by Captain Janeway in the Delta Quadrant in 2371, the Earhart-class starship combines the latest in transwarp technology with the the mushroom network, to allow starships to cross the distances between galaxies as easily as the patriarchal Constitution class could travel between stars. Even more exciting, however, beyond the technology, the Earhart, is her crew. Learning from the past, mistakes of the past, Starfleet decided the Earhart will be an all-women and perhaps some non-binary species staffed ship. Further, every officer on board is not only an expert in her own field of study, but also, in fact, an expert in any field of study the script requires. The chief medical officer, for example, would be as comfortable repairing the warp drive as performing brain surgery. The captain is not only the best commander on the ship or in the quadrant or in the galaxy, but so is her first officer. And for that matter, so is everyone else on board, the absolute best at command. Even the ship's counselor, who is, we'll say she's dabbled with creating lifelike androids indistinguishable from humanity in her spare time, would be a great commander as well. The series would be episodic in nature, and the UFS, or United Federation ship, Earhart, would travel from galaxy to galaxy, ending wars, dismantling patriarchal culture, fighting colonizers, and otherwise spreading the ideals of feminism throughout the universe, which is the bold new prime directive of Starfleet in the 33rd century. Episodes will generally begin with an alien galaxy on the brink of collapse due to war, pollution, or other man made issues. The Earhart arrives and offers to right the wrongs of the weak free of charge, but are almost always attacked by men, fucking men, on alien ships who refuse to trust them. But by the final act, however, the aggressors have seen the light and pledge their galaxy to join a new federation, one that consists of united galaxies rather than individual systems or species. Uniforms will be of all colors of the rainbow, allowing for individual expression, yet practical and conveying the united nature of this modern federation of galaxies. Ongoing villains will include time-traveling fundamentalists who believe in archaic notions of meritocracy and refuse to acknowledge the obvious greatness written in to all the main characters of the show. Over the course of 7 seasons, math is hard. Over the course of 7 seasons, we will follow this crew of women who will grow from leaders in their fields to women who create entirely new fields of science, of math, of engineering, art, and lead those fields as well. The celebrity-filled crew will, of course, be based on who is available at the time. But some examples might be Leslie Jones as the chief security officer, who often tells stories about passed down from ancient Earth ancestors in the 21st century about how women used to be oppressed. Perhaps Lena Dunham could be a cold, calculating, half android, half organic life form who is a brilliant doctor, but as the ship's chief medical officer, she makes no apologies for prioritizing patients, giving preference to those most important to the mission of the ship. I can see Amy Schumer as a wisecracking science officer from a long-living species that ages far slower than humans. Also, she's probably from the funniest race in the galaxy. And her own people are known for their great abilities at sports, especially basketball, and an ability to meditate so deeply they can turn into pure energy for short periods of time, as well as to menstruate on demand. First Officer Brie Larson has never met a man she couldn't subdue and demasculinize in mere seconds. When she beams down for an away mission, even a phaser set to smile will simply bounce off her unisex uniform. The chief engineer could be a fully animated character in classic Disney or Looney Tunes style, from an odd 2-dimensional planet, making her way in a 3-dimensional world. She will not let her lack of depth, pun intended, stop her from being useful to her crew. as any other woman aboard. But unlike Jessica Rabbit, however, she is definitely not drawn that way. No. Anyway, should Paramount Plus decide to fund Project Venus to its logical conclusion, when we consider the cosmic problems of capitalism and toxic masculinity, the usefulness of this project becomes clear. This concludes our proposal. Thank you for your attention. Gracias por su atención. Qapla.